YouTube, B3 here back with another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over the NECA 1985 Godzilla. From there, obviously, Godzilla line. Yeah, neat figure. I've always wanted a figure of this Godzilla here. Got him off Amazon for like 18, 19 bucks. Pretty decent deal. I waited to get this guy. I got the others like right when they came out just to have their price go down. So this guy I was like, I'm gonna wait and then I'll get him later. I'm doing the same thing with Burning Godzilla, which I believe is out. I think Burning Godzilla is out too. But yeah, this Godzilla, he's neat. Although I do have to say he is, I don't want to say the worst of the three, but the least good of the three. The first three anyways. 1994 is the best. 2014 is right there in the middle. And this guy, I guess he is the worst one. But that doesn't mean he's a bad figure, you know. First, gonna get on articulation, you know, jaw articulation. Nice movement on the head and neck here. Side to side, you know, you can turn them. Lots of good stuff there. Ab crunch, movement on that. Up and down on the arms, forward and back, you know. In and out, etc. You got that elbow bend, and then there's articulation right there as well. Forward and back on the wrist, and rotation, you know, it's a little ball there, so you can move it however you want. And then, you know, like this kind of in and out movement on the legs, and you can rotate them all around. Kind of like a knee bend, but it's a very weak knee bend, you know, but you can rotate it a little bit, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, but, you know, the leg movement's a little tight. But, you know, you got a good decent bit of movement on the feet there. And then the tail has some great articulation all the way down. And then here's where you pop the tail on, and it's a bendy wire from then on. So, bendy wire, no problemo. Still pretty cool. Nail detail and paint. He is kind of goofy looking, but to be honest, this is just a goofy looking Godzilla design. You know, 1985 design was pretty goofy head-wise. You know, he's got these big old goofy eyes and this big old goofy mouth. It's whatever. I never liked the spines on this design, though. I just always thought the whole design was unique, and that's why I wanted it in my collection. But the design for the spines, they're just so small. They're so small. The NES Godzilla prototype was just this guy repainted with new spines. I didn't really like the look of it. Yeah, so the Nintendo Entertainment System Godzilla that NECA's putting out, I probably won't get unless it improves. I mean, we did just see a prototype at Toy Fair, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, I think his skin is a little greenish. I don't know. Maybe a little bit greenish. It's got great detail and paint in the mouth. That's probably where it's the best. The eyes look real good. Spines are painted real well. That's nice. I feel like this leg is bigger than this leg. Do you see that? You see how much bigger this leg looks? Like, that's a problem. Like, I can bring this leg down, but this leg still looks bigger. I mean, doesn't this leg just look bigger? Like, it's got this big knot up here. That's really weird. And the feet, you know, he's got this big, giant nail on this foot that's not on the other foot, and it's really weird. That's really weird. But, you know, that's just a few little sculpting complaints are on the legs and feet here. It's whatever. But I don't, you know, whatevs. And now about we get into some of those size comparisons. Now here's our Godzilla with some other super articulated Godzillas. Here on the left we have the SH Monster Art Space Godzilla, and here on the right the NECA 1994 Godzilla. And honestly, I think our 85 scales perfectly with both of them. And then just one more super articulated kaiju line. Bloop! There we go. Here is the Revoltech Baragon. I think they look cool too. Baragon's, you know, a smaller monster, so he works well. And the smaller monsters work well with these 6-inch figures. But, like the Gigan from Revoltech, it's not gonna work, you know. So Revoltech's kind of like a weird one for this scaling. But, yeah, so he's gonna scale up well with your other, you know, 6-inch scale articulated kaiju and Ultra Act and etc. And here's Godzilla with just some cheap vinyls, you know, some soft vinyl kaiju. Here on the left we have the Fusion Series Mecha Godzilla from Bandai Creations, so an American figure. And here on the right we have a Showa Gamera from Bandai Japan, so it's an import. And, you know, I think he looks fine with both of them. You know, it's no big deal. I think he's a decent size. You could, you know, display him with them and be fine. Mine's personally going to be displayed with my, with my Godzilla lineup. I just have all the different Godzillas lined up together, so they're all in chronological order. But, you know, otherwise, he scales pretty well. He scales pretty well if you're 6-inch figures all around. But he's not going to scale up well with something in a much larger scale. For example, the Marmot Burning Godzilla, who you can see is just too big. So, not going to work out. It's PX exclusive version. So, yeah. You know, he looks great with other 6-inch kaiju figures. Also, many people ask me if he works with the SH Monster Arts effect packs. And this is from the effect pack that had some of the buildings and atomic blasts, you know, from SH Monster Arts. And honestly, I think they work with your NECA figures. They don't fit in the mouths and stuff perfectly, but they do fit, and they work, as you can see. So I think you can use the effects of these guys just fine. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the NECA 1985 Godzilla? Well, he's not a bad figure, you know, he's nice and cheap, has way more articulation than Bandai Creations or any other soft vinyl figure, and to be honest, he's probably the cheapest, you know, realistic looking 6-inch 85 Godzilla you're gonna have. And, you know, I just think he's a great addition to your Godzilla collection, honestly, especially if you're looking for an affordable 85. So all in all, I'm gonna give this guy 3 out of 5 stars. You know, I'm not overly impressed with this figure, but, you know, he's easy to get, relatively. He can move a good bit, even if some of the joints, you know, are stiffer. But he's got, you know, like some, how do I put this? Well, you know, he's got that big leg and the big toe. And those look a little weird. Like, every time I look at him, I notice them right away. And he's just not, his body weight isn't distributed well, I guess. Not really into that. But he is a really cool figure, you know, he scales well and stuff, and yeah, I'm glad he's in my collection. I don't regret buying him one single bit. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. We got Facebook, Twitter, follow you back on Twitter. All kinds of great stuff, you know, other channels, other reviews. It's just wonderful, you know, you can check out our reviews for Space Godzilla, Baragon, and other stuff you've seen. So yeah, you know, that's it. Thank you all so much for your support, and I'll see you all later.